All right, so we are at video number 9 of our Make It Happen video series. So I'm almost caught up of what I was supposed to do last night, but I kind of feel like it worked out in my favor because I was starting to get super sleepy. Because for some reason, every time I have coffee in the afternoon, it's like, and then I die. And then I'm completely just like nodding off. And I shouldn't pretend to be nodding off while I'm driving. That's a bad thing. But anyway, so one of the things I wanted to talk about was telling people about what you're doing. So I personally have been kind of selective about who I've told, only because I kind of feel like if I tell every single person about what I'm doing, I already know the group of people that I have in my life. And there's some people that, when I was talking about filtering, I've already kind of filtered out. So like, I don't feel the need to tell those specific persons. And if they hear it through the grapevine, then that's something else. And then it turns into, why didn't you tell me? And tell me all about it. And then they pretend that they're trying to be positive. And, I just kind of just keep it general. Like for me, I just kind of started a business that I'm doing online, and that's pretty much about it. Like, I don't get into too much detail because sometimes, even though people want to know what you're doing, it's not always in your best interest. So there's people who are genuinely interested in what you're doing and the people who are just nosy. So figure out who it is that you really want to tell what you're doing and who are going to be supportive, because the people that you know are going to support you and be there if you start to fall down and then you need encouragement. Those are the people you want knowing all your business about what you're doing. But that's not to say that you can't just tell everybody what you're doing and be 1,000% proud of it. That's completely fine as well. It kind of depends on the person. Like me, I'm not trying to blast myself all over the world just at the current moment. It's because I do have a lot of things that I'm still filtering out of my life. So I'm not at that level where I'm just gonna fly my name all over the place so people know what I'm doing and what I'm about. That's coming in gradual steps for me. And some people, they don't have as many attachments, and it does sound kind of like, to me, it kind of sounds like I'm looking at excuses, but I'm doing my things in my own steps. And just like anybody else, you can't force somebody to do something unless they're ready to do it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm preparing myself to be ready so that I can do everything. People may say, oh, well, you're just taking your sweet ass time trying to build yourself up to really launch yourself to the world. No, that's not it. It's actually, I am clearing a path. So once I decide to launch that bullet, it's just gonna kill it, So I'm good. Like I have my intentions already set up for what I want. I'm good. So tell people about what you're doing if you're ready to. So like, if let's say you're on just an inspiration change, you want to just change your life and be more positive, tell people about that. And then tell the people, especially the people that you know are going to be supportive of your changes. And maybe if you want to, you can tell people who aren't so supportive as a challenge to yourself. That's completely up to you. My biggest thing is, when you tell people about what you're doing, just make sure you're ready for other people to know. Because sometimes when people tell, oh, well, I started doing this, and then you start getting all this kind of negative feedback, you're just like, oh, God. And then it kind of brings you down. So be ready to tell people about what you're doing as well. Because not every person you tell about what you're doing is going to like what you're doing. And you know what? That's okay, because that's a part of life. Not everybody has to like what you're doing. You do. You have to like what you're doing. And at the end of the day, it comes down to two words that my mom doesn't really like me to use, but F it. Even if they don't like what you're doing, F it. But I do recommend telling people what you're doing, just so that you can get feedback from people, because if people start seeing a change in you, they want to know what you're doing, and you can tell them. And inspiration and happiness spread like wildfire, and the happier you are, or the more enlightened you are, the more happy the energy that you give off is just going to feel amazing, and other people are going to want to know, what is this person doing? Maybe I should try doing that too. And then if it's something as easy as just watching some videos from a girl who kind of knows what she's doing, hey, let it happen. So yeah, go out and change the world. That's how I feel. That's what I tell myself every single day. Go out and change the world in small ways. You know, I mean, like, I'm not gonna tie myself to a building and try to get people not to kill animals or anything, you know, nothing extreme for me, but I'm going to do something every single day, whether that means just helping somebody a little bit more, because helping one person can change the world. You never know if that one person can be the next somebody, Martin Luther King Jr. We never know. That's why it's always good to be kind to people and spread the love. All right, back for number 10 in just a few more moments.